The Air Force fuck y'all's parlay up because they messed mine up too. Welcome to the Banner from Cheat Seats. I'm your host, Mo, here with Dakota and John. We got a special guest, Big Perk in the house.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
We're going to turn it over to John. Lead the show, brother.
Yeah, Week 10 recap. Virginia Tech defeated by number 15 Louisville, 34-3. Zach is a former U of L football player. Tell us what happened here, man.
Well, I mean, Jeff Brom did their thing. Defense looked incredible. That's 2 games in a row they don't allow a touchdown. Pretty banged up on offense. 2 linemen pretty banged up. They still ended up playing. Jordan banged up. Split time with Isaac Grindo, which he crushed it. Jamari Thrash didn't play. So I think we threw the ball, 11, 12, 13 times, something like that. Didn't really need to do anything. Defense looked incredible. I mean, whenever we hired Jeff Brom, didn't know the defense would be coming with it, and they just looked awesome all year long. So Virginia Tech, I don't think is very good anyways. 4-4, I think, was their record coming into the game. They took care of business, and 8-1, so can't complain. Cards look awesome. I am over the moon with the Jeff Brom hire.
Yeah, he nailed it. Absolutely everything. I agree with everything he said, honestly. Plus, like I said, when they're at home, they play completely different than when we play on the road.
Y'all legitimately look like playoff contenders at home, but look like a completely different team on the road. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's
we look like our basketball team on the road.
Yeah. At home, that defense is just lights out. Well, I think there's been 3 games where we didn't allow a single touchdown at home. On the road, I mean, it makes you, you see what they're doing right now on the road, and it makes you really wonder, like, if they didn't lose against Pittsburgh, man, things would be interesting right now. I don't think you guys shot the playoffs. I don't think with a loss to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's one of the worst teams in Power 5. I don't think you're going to get in with that. But if they run the table, obviously you got 2 really tough games left. But and then the ACC championship. But man, what if they didn't lose Pittsburgh? That's going to kind of be a bummer. Kind of go back to the Rutgers game back in 2016, or it was 2006.
I finally got over that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I think Pittsburgh. It's going to be, assuming you beat Miami, assuming you beat a really good Kentucky team, assuming you maybe win the ACC championship, but that's a lot of assuming. So, but no, took care of business. Like I said, I don't think Virginia Tech's all that great, but can't complain. 8-1.
My favorite part of that whole thing was watching your all's faces just go from real happy to doom and gloom when he said Rutgers.
Yeah, I know it. Sorry.
Oh man.
I was going to say, what the fuck's a Hokie? And we're the better Commonwealth, and we'll prove it again next week.
Right.
And Louisville wearing the white helmet with the retro logo going into that game was outscoring 79-0. Do the math on what we are now. I am not. I went to a Kentucky high school. I know do math.
So 49th and again?
Wearing the white helmet with the retro logo this year, we were outscoring teams 79-0 before going into that game.
Wow. So the alternate might be the move.
And I can't do the math to figure that out because we're 49th and everything. Thank you, Mississippi.
That's right. Right. There you
go. Speaking of Mississippi, good segue there.
That was smooth.
Kentucky played Mississippi State. Mississippi State was out, or their starting quarterback and their starting running back were both out, so they took care of business, won 24-3. Devin Leary went out at the end of the third quarter. They said it was something to do with his eye, but he hit his head. If you get hit in the back of the head, your vision's going to be blurry if you got a concussion. So he's slated to start against Alabama. I'm a little worried about it. Don't want a Tua situation. But we'll see how that goes. But defense looked phenomenal, given it was a backup quarterback. But it was Vandy's starting quarterback from last year, and he looked pretty good at times. But yeah, can't complain. Handle business. Finally got a win
again. Yeah.
Finally got a win in Starkville too. It's been since 2008. So Stoops finally did something. He won a game in the SEC West on the road.
Somebody must have ponied up some money.
Oh my God! Don't get me fucking started on that shit. Oh my goodness. Quick basketball recap. Louisville beat UMBC by 1.
Do we have to?
I'd
rather talk about Rutgers football.
I'd rather get a mosquito bite at a Magic Johnson barbecue.
It's a quick gloss over, guys.
You're right.
To the end of football season. Kentucky handles business against New Mexico State when they went by 40.
Shocker.
Kind of was. We had 3 7-footers out from the for Kentucky, but anyways, back to football. Number 3, Ohio State beat Rutgers 35-16. The Rutgers spread is dead.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
no, it's not. It's still alive.
It was undefeated until this game because it was 18.5, and that didn't get covered.
We locked in at 19. It was a 19 at the time of posting that podcast and the time we placed our bets. So going off of that, because live odds always fucking change, we pushed. It's not a win. It's not a loss. We're still alive.
Kept our parlay alive, thank God.
Although it was cool watching that payout go from 100 to 40 like it's all cop.
Yeah. The trick play. I don't know if y'all saw the little Fumblerooski trick play that Rutgers ran in this game.
Oh, they had it on the big every TV in the alley. We watched that in its entirety before the game.
Absolutely love that. But we almost had a Notre Dame comeback like Clemson.
Oh my God.
Notre Dame is frauds.
They fraud.
Yeah.
I guess whoever called in to slander Dabo that week must have fired Dabo up.
Yeah.
But we still praying on his downfall.
I would say it's kind of one of those things where I don't know if Notre Dame is a fraud or if Clemson is, because really Clemson doesn't have any like terrible losses. What are they, like 5-4 right now?
Don't give them any credit. Fuck them.
Yeah, we don't.
Trust me, I agree. I was to say I agree, but man, at the end of the day, that's a lot of 4 and 5 stars to be a terrible football team.
Man, Sam Hartman is trash. Sorry. You have a top 5 running back in college football. He should have ran the ball at least 30 times.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. God damn it.
Yeah.
Sam had more yards than Eustace did the second half of that game.
Regardless, how we feeling about y'all's Louisville's top wins this year? Y'all still feel pretty good about them, because right now that those teams are getting exposed.
I was just saying, in the beginning,
game is game.
Our schedule now looks better than it did at the beginning of the year. Even
that's
now,
true too.
You rewind 3 weeks ago and it actually looks like a pretty decent schedule. But yeah, no, I assume, did Notre Dame fall out of the top 25?
Not yet.
I'm sure they're 22. So yeah. I think it's a solid schedule. Going to end up, at Miami is not going to end up being anything. Kentucky, obviously, I think will end up being, pretty good on our schedule too. So, I've seen worse Louisville schedules, but overall, I think it's going to be a fine one. It's going to be better than what I thought, honestly. Beginning of the season, I didn't think Duke would be anything.
That's what I thought too.
NC State's actually pretty solid. Winning there is never easy. So, it's an okay schedule.
Yeah.
I say it's okay considering the fact that a lot of people didn't expect us to have more than like 8 wins. So
yeah,
everybody thought it was going to be like 6 to 7 wins.
I don't know. There's a whole lot of people saying y'all had a chance of going undefeated, but because we know Miami's fraudulent and Notre Dame usually is too.
Yeah.
But the only game I'm truly worried about left is Miami because it's an away game.
Oh, well, as much as I'd love to say that, Kentucky,
Are you sure about that?
Louisville, Kentucky 50-50, and I'm blacked out at halftime every year. All right? I'll find the results out.
Well, I was going to say, that's probably something I should have started doing. As much as I'd love to say, well, because I think, I think most people would, if you look at what everybody's done, I think Louisville's a better team. I think Jeff Brum's the better coach. But at the end of the day, man, they absolutely own us. I hate to say it. For me, I think the entire season comes down to that. If you go and get blown out by – okay, question. If we get blown out by Kentucky, I don't want to make this a little Kentucky podcast, but if we get blown out, was the season a good season?
Yeah.
I don't know. I won't see the end of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. If
that got dark.
Yeah.
So if we went out and go 10-2, essentially.
But get blown out by Kentucky?
10-2 still big bowl. I'll take a big bowl.
That's still a New Year's Six bowl, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll be mad, but I'll take it.
Oh, I would take it, but man, I can't take another year of that. I cannot take another year of that. But granted, Kentucky's a really, really good football team. Really well coached. Got a lot of talent on the team, but so do we. But I think we have a good football coach now.
You're holding Kentucky higher standard than what I do. Jesus Christ.
No, I think it's the quarterback. It's Larry. If Larry plays like he's played against us, y'all not winning that game. But that's neither here nor there.
No, this is my point in that. If that game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage, it doesn't matter how Larry plays at all.
And it does every year. And I do think that's where the difference is this year. I think we have a much better offense line than we have the entire Satterfield era. The defense line is as good as it has been. I think we've had a super solid defense line for a while. I agree with that 100%. I think it's a really interesting matchup this year. But sorry, I don't want to turn to you, UK. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
So the Louisville Kentucky game is just going to be like a total of 18 passes and exhausted halfbacks.
Oh, I would say they marry each other really well. Like suspect quarterback, stud running backs, good wide receivers, good defensive play. Yeah, it's a really interesting how much they marry each other this year, I think.
Yeah.
It's play some old school Big Ten football.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Bet the under.
Bet the under. I did
I was going to say.
You always bet the over Louisville, Kentucky. God damn it.
The only thing I can think of that Kentucky is legitimately better at is the defensive line, only because of Deion Walker, because he has to be double and triple teamed every play because he's 6'6" and almost 400 pounds.
That dude is different.
No business being that big and that quick is what he is.
That dude is different.
That dude looks like he should be playing at Georgia.
When are they going to get that guy a jersey that fits?
Give him a double-digit number for the love of God.
Man.
You got to pony up some money, man.
Oh, my God. That fucking pony up shit.
I kind of like the number 0.
Oh, man. But
man, sponsored by Cookout, goddamn
it. Hey, they used to be the spot.
Man, their plates went up to like $9 now. Just absolute buffoonery.
But, anyways, back to outside of Louisville, Kentucky.
Right.
We got Bama throttling LSU after Jaden Daniels goes down. You hate to see it, but I think Bama would have won this game regardless.
I do too.
I think they would have too, but it definitely was a game changer with him going down.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot closer if he stayed full game, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he was getting
he was getting ate the fuck up.
Drilled.
Yeah.
But next, we got the game that killed everybody's parlay this week. Air Force losing to Army 23-3. The 5 minutes I watched this game, Army's quarterback, you saw a rare pass. He tried to throw it 40 yards downfield, hit a dude square in the chest, and it bounced right off and fell straight to the turf. They were down like 10 at this point. The next snap, I shit you not, this guy drops back to throw again, and the ball falls out the back of his palm, and it's a fumble, and he gives that up.
Yeah, I can honestly say I didn't watch any of the Air Force Army game. But while looking at the box score, the best way to lose to a horrible team and you're a pretty good, decent team, lose turnover battle 6-0. I think they fumbled 5 times, lost 4 of them, threw 2 picks. You're not going to beat anyone. I don't care how bad you are. Turn the ball over 6 times.
Yeah,
I wasn't positive what happened. We started the game. We were walking into the stadium. By the time I got to my seat, I saw it was like 17-0. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
There's no point in watching because I was at the game too, and I was just like, well, there goes my parlay. It's done.
Oh, time to drink. Yeah.
Yep. But our parlay locks from last week, they all hit. Mo had Fresno State by 3, Tulane money line. I had the Iowa under, and then we had a push with Dakota's pick of the Rutgers spread. So hopefully y'all put money down on that. If you did, you're welcome.
Also, fuck you, DraftKings. Should have paid us.
Yeah. I went from a $100 win to a $60 win. Like, I'm still pissed. But, it is.
We had a total of 6 pushes on Saturday, just different shit.
Something.
I wasn't aware of that one.
I had one on. I think it was Tulane for the money line at the half, and they went tied.
Oh yeah, that cost one of y'all some money. I seen
me.
So I think I had it too, and it pushed, and I was livid.
You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. But next, we'll get to the college football playoff rankings. We had number 1, Ohio State. No surprise here. Georgia number 2, Michigan number 3, Florida State number 4.
We're gonna start using that. We're gonna start using that line. Who have they played? Who has everybody played? No, I'm just kidding.
Michigan's the number 1 suspect here.
Yeah, at least they played Penn State this week. So, I don't have a problem with it so far. Besides, I guess Ohio State's only win was against Notre Dame, and Notre Dame looks very average.
They beat Penn State.
So they beat Penn State.
That's right, they did beat Penn State.
And then took care of Rutgers too. Rutgers is a pretty good team.
And so that first half, Rutgers was scaring some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so far I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I think it's pretty on point.
Washington's still 5.
Yeah, Washington's still 5.
Yeah.
Oregon 6, number 7, Texas, Alabama at 8, and then Ole Miss at 9, Penn State 10, and then your Cards at 11.
So I still think whoever loses, if Michigan beats Penn State, whoever loses between Ohio State and Michigan drops, and you give Washington that spot. That's my personal thoughts. If Washington still wins out.
Yep. So I think it's 4 different conferences. Yep, I think that makes sense.
And if Ole Miss can cause some absolute havoc and for some reason beat Georgia,
not gonna happen.
Oh my God!
No, sir, not gonna happen.
No chance.
No chance.
The spirit of Darth Mizzou says otherwise.
I am so interested in that game. I am so interested in that game.
Do not get your hopes up. This is going to be an ass whooping.
Yeah,
an ass whooping.
Yes.
I actually don't have them covering that spread.
I think they'll cover it. They might even double the spread. What is it?
Wow.
10?
It's 10. Yeah, it's 10.
I think they beat them by 20 plus.
I don't know about all that now,
man. Hey, that's
talking outlandish.
So,
I was thinking about putting money on that spread.
I just think without Bowers, I don't know how much I love that offense. Granted, defense always, Kirby Smart stud, but yeah, we'll see. That might be the game I'm most excited for this. Actually, there's a lot of really good games this week, but I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have been excited for the Michigan-Penn State game, but Penn State just looks dejected since that Ohio State loss.
Yeah, their quarterback isn't lighting the world on fire either. If he was at a higher level, I'd feel more confident in them beating Michigan, but I don't see it happening. But the one Group of 5 team that did make the top 25 in the playoffs is Tulane, Mo's team.
You love to see it.
Love to
That's
see
awesome.
it, baby.
Even though they had us fucking scared last week.
Man, they've had me scared. The last couple of weeks. They've been winning some close games the last couple of weeks, but I'm write it out to you today. Let me down.
Yep. And our two teams that we've been watching for upsets, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State moved up to 15. I called it last week that they were going to beat Oklahoma. And then Arizona, I think you all both called them winning in an upset. They both made the playoffs at 15 and 21. Playoff list.
Love to see it. I can't wait for the 12-team expansion next year.
Yeah.
No
That's
cooking
gonna make
these
things
ranked
so
teams.
fun.
Yeah. Y'all would be in it right now, man. Y'all would be in it.
Yep.
You would despise me. I would be unbearable.
Hey,
I hear you.
It'd be
I think
be a
for
little
teams
insane
like
to see y'all. Go ahead, my bad.
I was just gonna say, I think for teams like U of L and UK, expanding 12 is going to be so exciting. Because with 4, I don't know if either one of us would probably ever get in, but 12, that's going to be awesome.
It would be really cool to see a mid-level or a higher mid-level SEC school play like somebody from the Pac-12. Well, it wouldn't be the Pac-12 anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know what you'd call it now. Like the Big 12,
The Big 20, the Big 20,
the Big 20.
You got the big conference,
Yeah.
the other big conference, the
essentially.
Coastal Conference, and the SEC.
But if the Pac-12 was existing next year, that'd be kind of cool to see. Because I always thought that the two styles would be fun to watch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to miss Pac-12 football, man. Give me something to watch at 2 in the morning.
I'd say, is this the best the Pac-12 has ever been? Like at this year?
Recently, yes.
I was just saying, it's kind of a shit. I mean,
Not since like the
Early 2000s.
Leinart days and all that, yeah.
So,
Leinart, Palmer, and all them running through USC.
15, 20 years, yeah. Now they're going to call it quits.
Yep.
They're going out with a bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. On to our Week 11 picks. We got Virginia at Louisville. Number 11, Louisville. Louisville's favored by 20. This is on a Thursday night.
Better Commonwealth, fuck them.
20-point spread, though. It's a pretty big spread.
I mean, it's covered at halftime.
I hate it. I hate that they do that, but I think we'll cover that.
I am.
I don't know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I don't know if we'll cover it because we're getting big-headed it again. But we still going to win because fuck Virginia.
I got y'all winning. It depends on how Plummer plays, how I feel about that 20-point spread.
I think we should rest Jordan this week unless we absolutely need him, like second half, with 2 bigger games coming up.
I agree. I think you let Garendo play, Maurice Turner play. Hopefully Thrash is back. But yeah, I mean, I do think 20 is a lot. I do think we cover it. But Virginia stinks. I know they have a pretty good wide receiver. He's like 3rd in the country in yards.
Yeah.
But I think our pass rush is, pretty elite this year. Secondary solid. I'm not worried about Virginia. I think we 100% win. Covering 20, probably.
I say we rest everybody. Don't worry about cutting the fucking spread. Just rest them off with the 2 big games, and but have them dress in case we need to win.
I love that idea. Dude. Have them dress in case. Yep.
Having played Saturday, midday, then turn around playing Thursday is kind of a.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it's a quick turnaround on an already run ragged team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said about, coming off of, a pretty emotional, very good win. I'll be interested. Us playing at home, I think, like we talked about earlier, I think that's going to be the difference. So,
yeah,
I just think this defense at home is just playing lights out.
Yep. Next we got, God, I don't even want to cover this game. I wish it was going to be cold this weekend. I think we'd have a chance, but there's no chance in hell now. Number 8, Alabama comes to Kentucky. Alabama's only a 10.5-point favorite. honestly put more on that if you're betting on this game. I have low expectations. There ain't enough money you could pony up for Kentucky to be competitive in this game. Good God Almighty!
I'm not touching this game. I'm a pray for y'all.
I don't even think Jesus can save him at this point.
See, I'm kind of interested in this game. I think their quarterback's playing really good. He had 4 rushing touchdowns the other night against LSU. I don't think Stoops gonna let that happen. I think Brad White's gonna hopefully, for y'all's sake, play old defense. I think this year's defense hasn't looked that great at times.
When they play ranked opponents, they look like shit. When they play people who aren't ranked, they look great.
But we'll see. I think Bama's out to make it might be a prove a point type of game for them, because I think they kind of need to impress some people, because I feel like people have kind of forgotten Alabama's Alabama. So it might be bad for you guys, but I don't know. I think Brad White might have y'all ready to play. But also Saban might keep his foot on the gas the whole time.
Yes. I agree with everything you just said, the back end of what you said. Saban's trying to prove a point. He needs to run it up if he wants to look impressive to get in the playoffs, and they still have a game with Georgia left. So I think he's definitely running it up.
Yeah, you guys playing them week 11 is like the worst case scenario. And like you said, it not being cold.
If it was cold, it's not going to be. If it was going to be like normal November temperatures, I'd feel more confident about it, because honestly, it ain't that cold in Alabama.
Yeah.
But I take the spread if that was the case. At this point, no. Double the spread.
Jeez. Come on, John.
I'm just being serious.
No, I got you.
That 10-point spread might be covered at halftime.
Oh.
Maybe.
If they make Milroe pass, though, I'll feel a little better about it. But then again, they got 5-star wide receivers too, so it's kind of like pick a poison.
I hate to say that, but he is getting better slowly. But he's getting better.
Yeah. Yep. And this is the get right game. I've seen him play. I've seen him play a bunch of times, man. I know how this goes. They'll look.
Yeah.
It'll be close for a quarter. It'll be close for a quarter, and then Alabama's going to have that alarm clock wake up, and then you walk away from the TV for a second, grab a beer, and you turn back around, and it's 56-3.
This man speaking from like PTSD.
It's like
it might have been that Georgia game. It might have been the Georgia game that did it for him.
No, the Georgia game. I know how that goes every year too.
John ain't been right since that Georgia game.
No, I'm telling you, he has not.
Just something about the whole pony up thing just struck a nerve. That fucking press conference, and then losing to Tennessee the next week just really chapped my ass.
I didn't know y'all's all-time record against Alabama was like 38-2. Y'all only won 2 times.
That's how the record is with everybody, though. If we're being honest, outside of LSU.
Yeah, true. That is, yeah.
LSU and Auburn.
Say for years, Kentucky wasn't shit in football.
Yeah, like for being honest, like I know a lot of Kentucky fans are complaining, bitching, and moaning, but like this is the best they've ever been since Bear Bryant was there.
Right. Yeah.
And most of the fans bitching weren't alive for Bear Bryant.
That and most of them weren't around during the 2012s whenever they're winning 2 games a year.
So with all the people on Twitter and all that fire Stoops, you're way not on board for that.
Depends on what point.
Yeah, let's say like for me, it kind of reminds like who you gonna get better. Like that's the way I look at it. Like honestly, that's how I felt about make it Louisville basketball. Like that's how I felt about Chris Mack. I was like, I'm not against it, but like who you gonna get better? Like I think Chris Mack's a good basketball coach.
Yeah,
obviously, it didn't turn out well, but I think Stoops. I think he's done an awesome job there.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of that would be like a comparison would be, this is a crazy one, so just strap yourselves in. So Clemson used to be good in like the 80s, right? And then they fell off hard and were as bad as UK football for a long period of time. And then they had a coach, I forgot his name. They built him back up a little bit, and then let him go and hire Dabo, and he took him to the moon.
Yeah.
So that is the only way that I would be okay if they let Stoops go, is if they find somebody better at an elite level.
Sure.
To basically copy what Clemson did, like have somebody build the foundation, and then somebody to take them up even higher.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But
Kentucky's about to hire Dabo.
hell no. Dabo's days are done. He don't like the NIL stuff.
Jimbo Fisher to Kentucky.
I would be okay with that, honestly.
I would imagine.
But that's the only way this would happen. But again, we're talking like a 1 in a million shot.
Right.
Spirit of Mike Leach. Just a fucking Ouija board on the sideline calling plays.
He was an offensive coordinator at Kentucky whenever Tim Couch was there.
Yep.
Many moons ago.
Yep.
But R.I.P. Anyways, we're still praying on Dabo's downfall here.
Absolutely.
Use that segue a little sooner. But we got Georgia Tech going to Clemson. Clemson's favorite 14.5. I don't know if I'm going to take that spread, because I think they're going to come down from that high last week.
They say I got Georgia Tech on this one. Georgia Tech does not look terrible, and fuck Dabo Swinney.
I got the same record, both 5-4. Still taking Clemson, but I want to take Georgia Tech in the spread.
I'm taking the spread too.
I would say, I Clemson by well more than 14.5. Georgia Tech's okay. I still don't, think they still aren't that good. Actually, I was looking at it today. I think Clemson wins out. I think they end up 8-4. I know that's a hot take on this podcast. I know y'all hate Clemson, hate Dabo, but at the end of the day, man, that's 44 and 5 stars on your roster. I think what he's saying is post game. If we're a stock, you need to buy all of it right now. So I'm buying them up. I think Clemson wins out.
He does have the corniest lines, though.
Oh, he's a total cheese ball. He's a total cheese ball.
And
who else do they play? Who else do they play?
Probably the lower half of the ACC.
Georgia Tech, South Carolina, like that rivalry week into the game, they'll smoke South Carolina, and then North Carolina, North Carolina will be good, but I do think it was at Clemson, so I think that's kind of kicker there, from what I remember. But I do know it's North Carolina. I just think Clemson's better.
You are probably right, because I think North Carolina's fraudulent too.
Yeah, they don't fell off.
I agree. Yep.
Damn. We'll try again next year.
Yeah, right. I'm killing all the vibes. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. We needed to hear
Back
this.
to basketball, baby. It's back to basketball for North Carolina.
Damn it.
But even that.
I hate it here.
Next, we had one of our potential games of the week. Number 18, Utah at number 5, Washington. Washington's favored by 9.5. It's a big spread, knowing Utah is the best defense in the Pac-12.
I still think this is going to be a fucking shootout. Phoenix is still throwing 300 yards a fucking game.
Yeah.
He's playing some of the best football in the country. Some of the best football.
Yeah.
If he's not Heisman front runner, I don't know what's going on, because this man has been elite all fucking season.
I think this is one of their last ranked games, so they need to show out here if they want to get in the playoff.
Yeah, I think they got too much to lose. Like we were talking about earlier. At number 5 at home, Utah's played. I think where they lost 2 games, they got blown out by Oregon State.
Oregon blew them out.
So. I think they've played 2 good teams. They got beat pretty good both times. Lost Oregon State by 14. I think Penix at home, that's way too much. They got way too much on the line.
Yeah.
Even I think Utah is solid. You got a good defense, but like y'all were saying earlier, but Penix playing out of his mind this year.
Yeah. So we got Washington across the board.
Yeah.
Next, we got number 13, Tennessee, at number 14, Missouri. I didn't get the spread here because fuck Tennessee. But
Mizzou by 1,000.
Yeah.
So these cousin fucking Tennessee fans, might start to die off or something. Absolute worst fans in the fucking country.
Yeah, especially if you're on Twitter, these are the worst. Especially if you're a Kentucky fan like me, it's you breathe on Twitter. They're like, oh, stop. They search your tweets, and I don't know, man. I can't stand that fan base. I hope Missouri runs the score up on them. I don't think it'll happen, but I got Missouri winning by at least a touchdown.
I think it's like a 1-point spread, something crazy.
Yeah.
You say it's a close fucking spread.
I think it's a super close game.
I'm gonna go with Missouri though. Missouri ain't looked too bad the last couple of weeks.
Yep. Might be a top 3 SEC team right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the home team, Missouri. UT's defense line looked really good. I think Missouri at home.
Yeah. Now on to our rapid fire picks. We'll just rattle them off. We're not going to go in depth. Just going to fly through these. We got USC going to number 6 Oregon, spread 16.5. Mo, what do you think?
Oregon.
Spread 2.
They're covering the spread.
All right. Zach?
It's number 1, number 2 scoring offenses in America. Fortunately, USC played 0 defense. Got the Ducks at home covering.
Yep. Dakota?
Quack, quack. Caleb Williams fraud.
Cry baby. Did you see him crying after the game like that? I mean, like, I know I don't know. A lot of people are like, man, he's so, like, he gives a shit so much and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, man, I don't know.
He's passionate.
Yeah,
if he gave a shit, he would have shut his fucking mouth earlier in the season.
I agree. I agree. I think that's weird.
Man, he does his little fingernails before every game, saying like, "What do you have him on him last year? Like, fuck somebody on his painted on his fingernails and shit."
I'm still trying to figure out why he thought he could buy a stake in an NFL team, bro. You can't even gamble on the NFL. What makes you think you're going to own the team as a player?
That's so ridiculous, dude. There's some red flags for that guy. I mean, obviously he's an insane talent. He'll go number 1, and I'm sure he'll make some franchise very happy. But I don't know. There's definitely some red flags with that dude.
Atlanta will draft him and put him as a fullback to run end rounds with Jonnu Smith.
Oh my god!
At the goal line with Bijan Robinson on the bench. Fire Arthur Smith. Anyways,
I say, are we doing this now? Goddamn!
No, because I'm going to have another aneurysm.
Should have went in on Lamar, bro. Why didn't y'all go in on Lamar?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Something about black mobile quarterbacks in Atlanta just doesn't sit well.
No, yeah.
Man. Next, we got number 7 Texas at TCU. Spread's 10 for Texas. Give me Texas by like 30.
Same.
Yep. The Texas got too much to play for. TCU stinks. Yep. Longhorns.
Yep. I concur.
What a hard fall off for TCU too. Goddamn.
Everybody went pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Georgia ruined this team.
Ooh-wee. They still haven't recovered.
Broke the whole team.
The Monstars took their talent. Man. Oh, next we got West Virginia at number 17, Oklahoma. Spread is 13, 3 straight. No. I'm going Oklahoma in this one. I'm not touching that spread, though. These guys are really, really bad on defense at times.
Every time I've said West Virginia, I've been right. West Virginia.
Dang. Okay.
Straight money line on West Virginia?
Yeah. I said what I said. And when we do this again next week and I rub it in how much I'm right, everybody better shut the fuck up.
I'm conjuring up a ticket right now as you know. That might be on the ticket.
I don't know about it.
That's on my separate ticket, like my my
Vote.
for my for shits and giggles ticket. Like, what this could happen. I got Oklahoma though.
Yeah, I got the Sooners.
Next, we got Florida at number 19 LSU. Jaden Daniels might be out, but LSU still favored by 14. This is
I think Florida's some prods this year.
They have been like the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I don't like this Florida team at all. I don't like their coaches. LSU at home. Obviously, Daniels plays. That makes a difference. Don't know if they cover 14, especially if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
But I in no world am I worried about the Tigers losing at home.
Yeah, I
agree.
don't trust Florida at all. Florida plays terrible on the road.
Yeah.
Give me LSU. I'm avoiding that spread if Daniels is out.
Yeah.
Same.
Next, the game that y'all said might be close, and I don't think it's going to be close at all. Number 9 LSU at number 1 Georgia. I think the Monstars cover and double that spread.
20.
I might take that one right there. Actually, I think I had. You said the spread was 10 or 10.5.
It's 10.5.
10.5. I was saying because I think Georgia wins by 10.
Miss covers.
Whoa! All right.
That's where I'm leaning.
And when I run my fucking mouth next week,
I think Georgia. I think I can see that Georgia winning with an Ole Miss cover. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now.
This might be just like Alabama. This might be a statement game for Georgia. They might just, they're not number 1 right now. They might kind of make a statement game.
Listen, Kirby Smart, seeing that they're still not number 1 yet.
Sure, absolutely.
We'll be running into that locker room and talking. I don't know if y'all seen his speeches. He's going to give them one hell of a speech and have all the footage of Lane Kiffin ever talking shit ever.
No, and I think
he's going to be in there like Rick Weiss, just go every time. Support our troops every time.
Division III, the greatest football movie ever. Y'all need to go check that out. But yeah, I think they absolutely throttle them because Ole Miss last week looked really good at times and then really bad at times.
Right.
I don't know. This happens to Ole Miss the last couple of years, though. They'll look really good and then they'll fall off a cliff late in the season.
I mean, Mizzou was really keeping up with them that first half last week, so maybe they showed something and Ole Miss picked up on it.
All I'm saying is
Mizzou's good.
They're a top 3 SEC team right now. They're that damn good.
And the SEC hates it, and I love to see it. Put some respect on Mizzou. No one knows why they're there either.
They're not even in the South. What are we doing?
Well, the definition of Midwest.
Man, why are y'all here? But anyways, we got Miami at number 4, Florida State. Spread is only 14.5. Florida State's going to cover this one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but they cover it by halftime.
Yeah, they've been going nuts. They've been going nuts the last couple of weeks.
They got it was close against Duke till quarterback got hurt, and then they've just started running off on teams ever since.
When your quarterback is just chucking it downfield with no regard, and the wide receivers are still catching it one-handed.
Quarterback just throwing it is what it is. He out there throwing. We'll see what happens.
That was the Satterfield recruit too.
Speaking of Satterfield, shout out Cincinnati.
Shout out Cincinnati, man.
Elite coaching hire.
I love going on their Twitter page and seeing their fans like, can we get rid of them already? I love it.
Yep. I would say when you're already researching buyouts, nine games into a new coach, that's bad.
That's getting ready to jump conferences next season too.
Yeah.
The You love to see it.
Ooh.
Bring out the Waffle House menu, buddy. It's going to be longer next year.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Next, we got the team that upset Oklahoma last week. Number 15, Oklahoma State going to UCF. I think the spread was only 14 here.
I'm still taking OK State.
Yeah, OK State has the best running back in college football, Ollie Gordon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This dude is probably right behind Penix for the Heisman now that Caleb Williams has fallen off the map.
Well, you also got Bo Nix in that Heisman conversation.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about him. My mistake.
Yeah.
No love for JJ? Okay.
I said what I said Saturday. I said what the fuck I said.
Okay, no love for JJ McCarthy. All right.
Hey, he's got to play somebody.
Yeah, that's true too. That's very true. I got Oklahoma State. This last week I almost hit on that over. That over was close, but it was a rivalry game. You kind of expected it to be either going to be low scoring or high scoring. It kind of hit mid, but I got Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys in that and cover, and I don't think Central Florida is very good this year.
Next, we got Rutgers at number 22, Iowa.
Rutgers by 3.
Rutgers,
under 30.
It's only like 1. I think is it 1 or 3?
I don't know. Rutgers total score under 30. It's
yeah.
Because the line keeps moving. It was 1, then it was 3. Whatever it is right now, Dakota's taking the Rutgers spread.
To this day.
I'm taking the under on it.
I would say the under, whatever the under is, I'm sure that'll hit.
Yeah, Iowa.
The Iowa under undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely. When in doubt, bet the Iowa under. You're absolutely right.
I got a fun stat. Well, not so fun stat for me. Fun stat for you all. Iowa has the second least plays per game. Guess who's number 1 in that category?
Oh no,
the University of Kentucky.
Yeah,
it's so wild.
Well, let me talk to you.
All placement.
It's so great. Oh my God. How do we score so many points only doing like 50 plays a game?
Yikes.
In the words of Kurt Cobain, I give up.
Oh, no. Anyways, take the Iowa under there. I'm not even going to pick whoever's going to win that game, money line or spread.
The Rutgers spread.
Next, we got the group of 5 schools we've been keeping an eye on. Tulsa at Tulane. Spread is 23.
I look at that schedule and I see why it's 23. They've been getting blown out.
But
Tulsa's been getting dog walked this year.
But
yeah,
Tulane has not covered worth shit.
Yeah, that's
we ain't betting the spread. We just betting the Tulane money line, baby.
That's fair too.
Yeah, if you're betting the money line Tulsa, I was telling John, I don't really know too much about the group 5, but I did look up. I think Tulsa gave up 69 points to SMU.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I think they will. Yeah, I think Tulane will win that one.
Oh man! Next we got a team that should be bowl eligible, but they're not due to NCAA rules. It's an absolute joke.
Trash.
James Madison with UConn coming to town. James Madison's favored by 25.5.
James Madison by 50.
Yeah.
As Louisville fans know about James Madison, actually a pretty solid program. UConn's one of the worst programs in college football.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tennessee's still scoring on them, and so I think they easily cover that one.
You thought that was high last week. I'm like, cover.
Yeah, I think the spread was like 35 against Tennessee for you.
It was 35. Yeah, I was like, okay, they'll probably pull their stars out when it gets to about.
No, sir, not a Josh Heupel, Bobby.
No, that's right.
Yeah, he definitely left them in there
all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes.
And then, lastly, of our group of 5 teams, Coastal Carolina, we're big Chance fans here. They are favored, or they're underdogs by 1 point to Texas State.
Chance by 30. I'm gonna say it every week. I'm gonna like you back.
No, sir. No, sir. Grayson McCall is still out.
I said,
Oh, he's
what
still
the
up.
fuck?
Oh, well,
I
never
said,
mind.
I'm still taking Coastal because it's at home, but I'm feeling iffy about it. I do have money line, given the spread's only 1 point. But
Say the only thing I know about Texas State this year, they're the one that beat Baylor, aren't they?
yes,
So I mean, I know Baylor's not that great, but still a decent football program. So I don't know.
Look, if it's a 1 point spread, just drop 20 on each spread. One of them will hit for the same amount of money. It's
There you go.
guaranteed money. They're both minus 110s.
yep.
Yeah. CC me.
Follow me for more economic advice.
Right.
Lastly, our game of the week: number 3 Michigan at Penn State. Number 8 Penn State. Michigan's favored by 4.5. This is the first test Michigan's had all year. I don't know how to feel about it. Honestly,
Penn State's looked lost since that Ohio State defeat, but I have a feeling that Penn State's gonna wrap this one out. I think Penn State wins because Michigan's a bunch of frauds.
no sign stealing here.
I was just saying, I think I looked it up. Michigan has the number 1 scoring defense in America at 6 points a game. Penn State has the number 3 defense in America. They both have the 5 and 6 scoring offense. So something we got to give. They're averaging 40 points a game. So both really good teams. I think Michigan's scandals are going to kind of distract them a little bit. Going to Beaver Stadium, what is that, 105,000 people. So I'm gonna pick Penn State as well in a really awesome game. I think this is the obvious game of the week. I think it's gonna be a super fun game to watch. It's not a primetime game either, is it?
No, it's a big noon kickoff game.
I thought it was big noon.
Big noon. What a waste.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a waste.
Got to get the viewers on Fox, I guess.
Yeah.
You can get them on Fox at 8.
Right.
God. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take Michigan, but money line.
Boo, John, boo.
I'm taking Michigan. I'm gonna take them to cover the spread. I feel like from last year to this year there has been no drop off in play. They playing the exact same way they played last year, and
they're really good. It's
a
really good football team.
They didn't have a lot of people go to the draft on offense. They lost to. I mean, that was.
Cool. They might make the playoffs just to lose first round to Georgia again.
They lost to TCU last year. They lost to TCU, but that game, I don't know. I don't know what Harbaugh was doing that game.
There's no sign stealing. That's what it was.
You don't know the whatever fucking conference sides.
You thought they were playing Iowa.
Oh my god!
I guess he passes the ball. What the fuck?
Absolutely befuddled by that air raid offense.
Yeah. To end the show, our locks of the week. Dakota, since yours is the obvious one, what's your lock?
We go bet the Ruckus spread every goddamn week, motherfuckers.
So same game parlay. I got the under for Iowa. Who you got?
Tulane, money line always until they prove me wrong. And my second pick is SMU over North Texas.
Yeah, whenever Ken finally decides to show up again, Mo will no longer have 2 picks.
I'm gonna finish the year out strong then because I feel like I'm making 4 more picks.
Yeah. And Zach, for our guest picker, who you got?
I got Texas covering against TCU. I think Texas playing really good football this year. I got top 25 defense and offense. Quarterback's playing well. TCU's, like we talked about earlier, they're not very good this year. So I just think, Tech's got everything in the world to play for, so I got them covering.
All right, that's our locks for the week. Make sure you get those in on whatever sports book you decide to use. Whichever one decides to sponsor us first, we'll give you a shout out. But
Please sponsor us. We have issues.
Yeah, we need some financial help over here.
Financially depressed, baby.
Blue Chew, we'd like to have you too. Anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure you follow us on all our social media, wherever you do social media, at Cheap Pop Productions, all across the board, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. That's mostly wrestling stuff on there, but it is what it is. With all that being said, go Cats is Hook signing out.
Go Cards, One Pride, Mo signing out.
Well, gentlemen, it's been real, but I'm going to make like some titties and bounce.
All right, appreciate you guys having me. It was fun. Go Cards.